Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shooting the Shit with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today, I want to know your opinion on why bullpup rifles suck so bad. Let me know why. Or if you're someone that thinks they don't suck, let me know that and let me know why. And if they don't suck, why have they not caught on more than they have? Why aren't they more popular? It seems like they were more popular 5-10 years ago than they are now. It seems like they've lost popularity. So let me know what you think. I'm going to start off here and say, I don't know why they suck. I actually kind of think they're cool and they give you a shorter platform. But I think the main reason that they haven't gotten more popular is because, one, very limited options for them. I have an AUG. I love my AUG. I've always wanted a Tavor. I've never had one. But they're very pricey, very, very pricey. For all they're doing really is moving the whole thing backwards on the stock. But they act like they had to redesign how firearms work to make it happen. So I think that's a problem. And I think a lot of people who fire them for the first time aren't used to having that chamber right close to their face and it loud and concussive. So I think they're just off-putting. That's one of the reasons they suck. They're off-putting because they're priced, and they're off-putting because of how loud they are when you shoot them. To the shooter themselves. So that's the only thing I can come up with, because otherwise I think they're very cool. So let's go over here and see what you guys can come up with. See if it matches what I said, or if it's different, or do you not give a shit? Let's see. Gummy Wuzzle says Steyr AUG is heart. B and P shotgun seem clunky and chintzy. I can bullpup shotguns, he said. Yeah, well, that's because mostly it's like the Kel-Tec and all that stuff, and they're garbage. They are absolutely garbage. The Steyr AUG, I have one right there. I love it. Always loved it from the first time I saw it. Thought it was the coolest looking gun I'd ever seen when I first saw it. But yeah, the Tavors are also very cool, but I don't know if their market's grown any. I would say it's shrank. Remember when they were very popular and you heard about them all the time? I hardly see or hear anything about them now. Sean Bain, one of Team Beatus here, says had 2 conversion kits, one for a high point carbine and one for a 870, both junk, and took them off. I think there's a lot of junk kits and stuff out there, and that gives people a bad taste for the bullpups because they convert their guns to bullpups and they're like, this is garbage. But is it really the fact that you convert it to a bullpup, or is it the kit itself? All right, here. Practical Bacon says, 0 experience with bullpups, like the look, but never tried. Well, you should try one. Go shoot somebody's Tavor or something. Or better yet, an AUG. They're even better. Get you some experience. Mr. Furley said, they suck. It's the rifle that no one wanted. Well, I think some people want them. I just think it's a limited, it's a specific people that want them. And of the people that would try them, I think they're getting a lot of people who just won't because it's too expensive, too loud, too blah, 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 etc. I got distracted by something over here. Did super chat yesterday and sent an email. Oh, did I not read your email yesterday? I must have missed it. I'll look for it when we go to the email part of the next chat of the shooting or the America Guns and Freedom chat. I'll look for it from yesterday. People know I share video emails from the day before all the time because sometimes I miss them. Ernesto Castillo says, do they even decrease recoil enough for me to buy? I don't think, do they even reduce recoil at all is my question. I guess they do because of where you're holding it. It reduces it a little bit, but it doesn't so much reduce it as just put it in a different place, I guess. I think the overall length of them being what it is the main factor of them. It's not the fact that they reduce recoil or easier to shoot or anything. In fact, I think in some ways they're harder to shoot, but I think it's more the length than the reduced recoil that's the selling point. I never even thought about reduced recoil. Of course, it does make sense. Since that barrel's shorter in, it will reduce your felt recoil. Paulie B says, "Hail Phil, I like my Hellion just fine." Well, what the fuck is a Hellion? I don't know what a Hellion is, but I'm assuming it's a bullpup, or else he's just saying something random, like he's having a stroke and just yelling stuff out, like "I like cheeseburgers, I smell toast." Jacoby Japan says, "What is a bullpup rifle?" I'm on cloud nine. Those two things don't necessarily go. I think you think I'm on cloud nine means that you don't know what's going on. No, on cloud nine means you're very, very happy. I don't think that's what you meant to mean. But a bullpup is basically a rifle, but instead of it being set further forward in the stock, they move it back in the stock to where the chamber and everything is like right back here on the back side of the gun. And therefore the barrel comes back and still meets the barrel length requirement for a rifle with an overall shorter platform. And they're usually very tactical. There's always that too. Felice Shanice says, "Like the idea, but a bit cost prohibitive." Yes, that's exactly one of the things I said. I don't know why they're so expensive. They don't seem like it's that much more money to manufacture one than a regular rifle. Not much difference at all, I don't think. So I wonder if it's just because they produce fewer of them or what. But yeah, the cost is a little prohibitive. You can get a lot of other rifles for less money. Johnny Mandrick says, "Never shot a bullpup anything. Mostly only seen them as shotguns. I know I don't trust auto-loading shotguns." I trust some auto-loading shotguns, but I would much rather have a pump one if I ever needed it for self-defense. Like the one that I have in my living room in case I ever need a shotgun quickly, it's a pump. It's the trench gun. But yeah, you should go shoot a bullpup. Come on, someone your age hasn't shot a bullpup? You're like almost 80 and you haven't shot a bullpup? I don't get it. Sean Bain, Team beat us. "I think they cost too much and most people don't like the look." The cost too much, I agree with 100%. I don't know about the like the looks. I kind of think they look cool. But I'm sure a lot of people think they look weird. So you might be right. You might be right. Go Shadow says, "F Ford had 7-month lawsuit against Ford." Why? They discriminate against you? They say you're too ugly to buy a Ford? Because I kind of tend to agree with them. But, whatever. Go Shadow says, "I had to email my bullpup comment." I saw that. Let's see here. "Don't like any bullpup. Chamber failures blow your face off." That's true. Instead of the chamber being, here when it goes, it's here if something goes. So that would be bad. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So there's some people I could think of that I wouldn't mind it happening to, but I wouldn't want it to happen to me. Actually, I don't want it to happen to anybody. I try never to wish harm on people. Well, unless we're in traffic and you do something stupid like go too slow in the fast lane or any of the things that irk me. Although that's not my number one irk when it comes to driving. Trust me, I've got things about drivers that bother me way more than going too slow or stopping to turn right, all that stuff. But that's the only time I really wish harm on people is when they do something like that, like they're going too slow. Then I'm like, I hope you roll into the ditch and the car explodes and you run out of it on fire and you run around in circles in the street for a minute or so till all the tendons in your body snap and you fall to the ground and die. And I hope I can see it all in my rearview mirror after I pass you, because when you go off road and explode, I'm going to go past you and slow down, of course, so I can see what happens. But that's the only time I try to wish harm on people. We got one more person weighing in here, and it's someone we ain't seen in a while, unknown user. Bullpups have their place, but I prefer an 18.5-inch pump. I think he mean he didn't like bullpup shotguns, but the rifles is what I was primarily talking about. But I always forget about like the Kel-Tecs and all that stuff. And what was the other one? There was another one. I actually had one ordered, but turned out they were junk. So Django, lay down, shut up. That's just Caden using the laser engraver. But that was unknown user. Says bullpups have their place. We actually have one more person weighing in now. So let's get to them before we go here. Mark Lax. The Hellion is the Springfield Armory bullpup. Okay, well, that makes sense. But that's why I don't know what it is, because it's Springfield Armory. And I'm not someone who buys from Springfield Armory because I have dignity. I have my principles. Well, I have one of those things. So I don't buy from Springfield. Although I don't mind when other people buy from Springfield. Hell, I'm not like calling for a boycott of them. I just don't like them. I don't call for boycotts. Don't really like them. Because it's like, it's groupthink. I just don't like groupthink. I got a problem with that for some reason. I tend to be contrary. Like if everybody in a room starts thinking one way, I tend to be like, well, fuck that. And I don't even care what it is. Unless it's like, I like puppies. Well, then, nobody can disagree with that. But if it's like a controversial opinion or something and the whole room seems to be going one way, Django, chill the fuck out. Yeah, no, hush. Django, shut up. Don't you? I heard that. I see you bouncing. He's laying there acting like he's sleeping. Shut up, Django. Shut up. I don't know why it's Caden's out there using the laser printer, or actually he's using it as a 3D printer. But all right, everybody, that looks like that's it for today. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks everyone for participating. Even though most of you only did it because I was having an emotional breakdown before the chat. But thanks. I appreciate it. I'll see you all again tomorrow. How about you all out there in YouTube land? What do you think? Why do bullpups suck? And if they don't suck, why do you think they don't suck? And if they don't suck, why haven't they caught on more? Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person, come to our live chats. We do them every day at 6 p.m. Every day at 6 p.m. I'm sitting here like a jackass, hoping people show up every day. Don't make me look like a jackass. Show up. Ask some questions. Weigh in on the shooting the shit topic, and then stick around for the open chat after, where you can ask whatever questions you want. Hope to see you at a live chat soon. Hope to see all the rest of you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Hey everybody, Yankee here. Before we go, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take a penny from advertisers, retailers. We don't take money from political organizations. There's no one telling me what I need to tell you. Everything that we do is done through the generosity of our viewers, either buying merchandise or becoming a patron or a Subscribe Star member. You're all the ones that support Pets and Vets and TYMP. And that's the reason I can stay true to myself and loyal only to the people who watch my channel. And I can spend my time talking about what I want to talk about, telling what I think needs to be said, and giving you my uncensored take on things I think you need to hear. So if you'd like to help keep things that way, please support the channel by becoming a patron, a Subscribe Star supporter, or just going over to my web store and buying some merch. The links are all in the upper corner of this video.